Good day guys, Mark here again and welcome back to my channel. If you love cars and you love DIY, you might want to consider subscribing and check out my playlist. Alright, there's no DIY video for today, but I'd like to share with you guys the basic checklist that I do each time I go on a trip. Since tomorrow, basically Saturday, me and my wife will be traveling a good around 120, 150 maybe kilometers one way um, to attend uh, my niece's uh, christening. So the reason why the car is running right now, I'm actually just double checking for any leak since I just flushed the cooling system a while ago or earlier this morning. Okay. I'm also gonna share with you guys the tools that I have regardless if I go on a trip or not. These are the tools that I always have at the back of my car. All right, so first thing that we will do is we're gonna do a checklist on the basically basic things that we need to check whenever we go on long trips. Okay, so first thing that we want to do is check the battery. So check the terminals for any corrosions, both positive and negative terminal. So mine is looking clean. There's no physical damage whatsoever. And next thing that you want to check is if you have maybe a tester or a voltmeter, check the voltage on your battery. Okay. All right. So next thing that we will check would be our oil. Okay. The proper way of checking the oil would be just make sure that the engine is cool, and if you're able to leave it overnight, that would be great. And make sure that the ground is on a level surface so we can get an accurate measurement. Okay, let me just place you guys on an angle here. All right, so I'm gonna grab the oil dipstick first, like so, and then I'm gonna wipe the oil first. So check the oil's color. It's still white, so still looking good because I just had my oil change about 2,000 kilometers ago. And when you measure the oil, this would be F stands for full. That's actually the maximum capacity. So you just want to have the oil level somewhere in the middle, or at least 3/4 of your dipstick. Anything above is not good for your engine, as your engine will have a hard time circulating or pumping the oil around. All right, so just about right, as you can see on the dot. And it's still lower actually because we just started the engine. So oil level is good, and make sure that the dipstick is secured when you give it a little push. All right, so third thing that we want to check would be our lights, especially if you're traveling at night. This is very important. I'm just gonna start my the engine. Okay, dash light is working, and Let's try the signal lights. Okay. All right. Turn signal is working fine. Let's test the headlights. Okay, put it in bright. All right. And I'm gonna check the tail lights as well if it's working. Okay. All right. All right. So both lights are working. And let's check the front. I'm gonna switch on the hazard light just to be sure both of the lights are working, both front and back. Okay. All right. Good. All right. Turn signal. Okay. All lights are working. All right. So while inside, let's go ahead. Just a quick review. We've already checked the battery, the oil, the lights, and the next thing that we will check would be our brakes. Okay. First thing that we want to do is basically visually inspect first your brakes if there's any uh, lines on your disc rotor. That's actually a bad sign. And then next would be the level of your brake fluid. So let's go outside and check it real quick. All right, so mine is actually in max because I remember I flushed my braking system and it's looking really, really clean, very clear. And visually inspect your disc brake if there are like lines or whatsoever, any physical damage. All right, so brakes are looking good. Uh, Next thing to check would be your tires. Okay, check the tire pressure. Check all four. All right, and also aside from checking the tires itself for any physical damage, if you have a tire pressure gauge, it would be nice. It would be great if you can check the pressure and follow the recommended pressure on your tire size. Um, I do have a video about tires. I'm gonna post it on the description section below. And double check the wheel nuts. This four. Make sure that just to double check that there's no loose lug nuts on all four tires. All right, so we're almost done. Next thing to check would be the water, or basically the coolant in our case. Check the reservoir first, and this one, check if the coolant level on your radiator is enough. I can't open this right now as the engine is hot. Make sure to measure or check the coolant level on the radiator when the engine is cool. Okay. All right. Next thing to check would be the tools. Okay. The tools that we have. I'm gonna share with you guys the daily tools that I have, regardless if I go on a trip or not. All right, so this is my tool bag that is always at the back of my back seat of my car. I always bring a coolant for some reason. Okay, coolant, and then vice grip. And then let me just place it on the floor. Okay, so what we have here, a vice grip, a size 8 T-wrench, a screwdriver which you can adjust to become flat and star screwdriver. This is very handy. And then some cable ties, and then a size 10 T-wrench, pliers, flat nose, and this is a long nose pliers, a set of Allen wrench, the brand new ratchet that we've just bought, size 32 socket wrench, the park lights that we just replaced, spark plug wrench, wire cutter, another this is a longer Phillips screwdriver, an extension for our ratchet, heavy duty ratchet, this one, what else, an adjustable wrench, and those are 14, 12, 10, 11, 8 and 9 wrenches, some washers, spare bulb for the tail light, and electrical tape, double adhesive tape, some spare wires, and sockets. Those are from 8 to 17, the socket sizes, another electrical tape, and I'm gonna show you. Let me just. So these are the tools that I always have, regardless if I'm going out of town or just on the city. Okay, now let's go inside the car. On the glove box, I do have an interior protector, and also I have fuses and my own tire pressure gauge, and I do have extra fuses as well. Here, let me just look for it. All right, here I have the extra fuses, and okay, let me just raise up the trunk. Alright, so I do have a tire wrench, a jumper cable just in case for low batteries. I do have one, and a portable air compressor. Let me try to let's see if you guys can view it. There you go, the air compressor, the jumper cable right there, and the tire wrench. And I do have a scissor type jack here, and my spare tire right at the bottom. And second to the last would be to check your fuel. Okay, make sure that you always check your fuel gauge, and don't get the habit of drying out your gas tank, because the gasoline actually, since our fuel pump and the filter is soaked in gasoline, that serves as a coolant or lubricant for the solenoids for the fuel pump. So if that dries out, that might burn your fuel pump. Okay. And last but not the least would be yourself. Okay. Before you go on a trip, make sure you get enough sleep and basically get enough rest. Okay. If you don't feel well or you feel restless, have somebody drive the car for you. Okay. And yeah, that's basically it. That those are the basic things and the tools that you have or you must have if ever you go on a trip. It's not it's not saying that you'll have troubles on the trip, but just in case, we can't say, just in case you have a problem on the road, it's easier for you to troubleshoot the issue. And basically, if it's just a punctured tire, it would be easier for you to have that replaced by yourself instead of having your car towed. That's really, really expensive, and we don't want that to happen. All right, so I hope you find this video useful, guys. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. Again, this is Mark. Thank you so much. And until our next video.